Someone younger is madly in love with you. Their name starts with this letter. And before you laugh, before you doubt it, before you say it cannot be true, listen quietly. Listen with more than your ears. Listen with the part of you that knows things before your mind catches up. The part that recognizes truth when it appears. Yes, dear soul. They did not fall for you because of your age. They did not fall for you because of what you own, how you look, or what the world says about you. They fell for you because of something deeper. Something that exists beneath all the surface layers that so many people mistake for connection. They see your inner beauty. They see the part of you that even you try to hide. The vulnerable parts you've learned to protect because the world has taught you that exposure can bring pain. You think they are too young to understand you. You think they are just curious or confused, perhaps caught up in something momentary that will pass. But their heart is not confused at all. Their heart recognized you in a way that transcends logic and defies simple explanation. And when a heart recognizes another soul, it does not ask for a birth certificate or demand proof of credentials. It does not count years or measure time in conventional ways. It feels energy flowing between two people. It feels truth in its purest form. It recognizes something essential that has nothing to do with age or appearance. This is not just attraction. This is not just excitement. This is something that touches the hidden parts of both of you. You have lived more years. You have walked through pain, loss, mistakes, growth. You have cried in silence and smiled in public, holding yourself together when everything inside wanted to fall apart. You have learned lessons the hard way, through experiences that cannot be taught in books or explained to someone who hasn't lived them. And because of that journey, you carry depth. You carry wisdom earned through struggle and reflection. You carry a calm strength that many people your age still do not have, because not everyone who lives long learns to live deeply. Time alone does not create wisdom. It is what you do with that time, how you process your experiences, how you choose to grow rather than harden. They see that. They see the way you pause before you speak, the way you listen fully, the way you think deeply. They feel safe around you, and safety is something rare in this world. But here is the deeper truth, something ancient traditions have understood for thousands of years. In every human being, there is a hidden part of the opposite energy inside. A man carries a hidden feminine softness inside him, a capacity for tenderness, intuition, and emotional depth. A woman carries a hidden masculine strength inside her, a wellspring of decisiveness, protection, and assertive power. Most people never meet this hidden part within themselves, never explore these inner territories. They run from it because it challenges the neat boxes society wants them to fit into. They deny it because acknowledging it requires them to embrace complexity. They fear it because accepting all of who they are means stepping outside of comfortable definitions. But when you meet someone who awakens that hidden part, it feels powerful in a way that ordinary attraction never does. It feels magnetic, drawing you together with a force that seems to come from somewhere beyond simple chemistry. It feels almost spiritual, as if the universe itself has orchestrated this meeting for purposes larger than either of you can fully understand in this moment. You awaken something inside them that has been dormant, waiting patiently for the right person to recognize it and call it forth. They are younger, yes, measured in calendar years and life experiences. But inside them, there is an old soul that recognizes your depth, that sees in you something ancient and familiar, something they've been searching for without even knowing they were looking. And inside you, there is a youthful spark that recognizes their freshness, their passion, their courage to feel deeply and love openly in a world that so often teaches people to be guarded and cynical. You think they love you for your age? No. They love you because you mirror something inside them. When they look at you, they see who they want to become. When you look at them, you see who you used to be before life made you guarded. This is why it feels intense. They are not in love with your number of years. They are in love with your mind, with your calm presence, with the way your eyes hold stories, with the way your voice feels steady even when you are unsure. They see your inner beauty. And inner beauty is not soft and simple. It is formed by pain. It is formed by surviving. It is formed by choosing kindness even after being hurt. They see that you are not perfect. They see your scars. But instead of running, they are drawn closer. Because what they feel is not just romantic desire. It is something deeper. It is the meeting of two unfinished souls. There is something inside them that is still forming, something still growing. They are learning who they are, and when they meet you, they feel guided without being controlled. They feel supported without being judged. You do not try to dominate them. You do not try to change them, and that makes them feel respected. In truth, they are not just younger in age, they are younger in experience. And your presence gives them grounding. But do not misunderstand. This connection is not one-sided. They awaken something in you too. You thought that part of you was gone. The part that feels excited. The part that feels butterflies. The part that feels wanted deeply. They look at you like you are rare. And when someone looks at you like that, it touches something hidden. You may act calm on the outside. You may pretend it is nothing. But inside, something moves. This is what happens when two energies meet that complement each other. You carry wisdom. They carry fire. You carry patience. They carry boldness. You carry understanding. They carry raw emotion. And together it creates tension. Beautiful tension. This is not about age. It is about balance. Inside every relationship, there is something called projection. Sometimes we fall in love not only with the person, but with the part of ourselves that we see in them. They see strength in you, but that strength also lives inside them. They are learning it through you. You see passion in them, but that passion also lives inside you. You are remembering it through them. This is why it feels so deep. They are not foolish. They are not confused. They know the difference between simple attraction and soul recognition. And yes, they are madly in love with you. Not because you are older, not because you are younger, not because of status or image, but because when they are with you, they feel whole. And you feel something similar, even if you do not admit it. There is a part of you that fears this. You worry about what people will say. You worry about judgment. You worry about whether it can last. But love does not ask society for permission. Love asks only one question. Does your soul feel alive? When they speak to you, your mind becomes alert. When they smile at you, your chest feels warm. When they are silent, you still feel connected. That is not random. Sometimes two people meet not to follow the usual rules, but to help each other grow. They may learn maturity from you. You may learn courage from them. They may learn patience from you. You may learn to open your heart again because of them. This is not about control. It is not about saving each other. It is about reflecting each other. And reflection can be powerful. There are parts of you that you pushed into the shadows. The playful part. The hopeful part. The romantic part. Life told you to be serious, to be realistic, to be careful. But they look at you and see beauty that is still alive. They remind you that you are not finished. You are not fading. You are not too late. And you remind them that depth matters, that loyalty matters, that emotional safety matters. This is why the connection feels intense. It touches your shadow and your light at the same time. Sometimes love is not comfortable. Sometimes it challenges your beliefs. You believed love had to look a certain way. You believed it had rules. But this connection breaks rules gently. It says, look deeper. You are not just your age. They are not just their age. You are two souls at different stages, but walking toward each other. And when they look at you, they do not see years. They see energy. They see how you carry yourself. They see how you protect others. They see how you think before reacting. They see how your silence speaks louder than many loud people. And that attracts them deeply. They admire you. And admiration is powerful. You may think they are just fascinated, but fascination fades quickly. This has not faded. It has grown. They think about you when you are not there. They replay your conversations. They wonder what you are doing. They imagine building something stable with you. Because with you, they feel secure. You do not play games. You do not manipulate. And that is rare. The world is full of fast love and quick excitement. It celebrates sparks, not flames. It chases butterflies, not roots. People fall in love with moments, with images, with the thrill of being desired. But what they feel with you is not a spark that burns bright and disappears. It is steady. It is grounded. It is the kind of love that does not rush, does not panic, does not need to prove itself every second. And steady love is powerful. It may not shout, but it endures. It may not demand attention, but it holds presence. It is the kind of love that survives storms because it was never built on temporary weather. You may doubt it. You may question it. You may look at the circumstances, the differences, the opinions of others, and wonder how something so deep could be real. But their heart is clear in a way that does not tremble. They did not fall for an image. They did not fall for a role you play. They fell for your mind, the way you think, the way you reflect before you speak, the way your words carry weight because they come from lived experience. They fell for your calm energy, the safety they feel when they are near you, the quiet strength that does not need to dominate in order to be felt. They fell for your hidden softness, the tenderness you do not show to everyone, the compassion that reveals itself in small gestures. They fell for the way you see them beyond their age, beyond assumptions, beyond labels. You do not treat them like a child. You treat them like a soul. You listen to their thoughts as if they matter. You respect their feelings as if they are valid. You see their potential without trying to control it. And that recognition has touched them in a place that few ever have. This connection is not about filling emptiness or completing what was incomplete, as if either of you were somehow lacking before you met. It is not about rescuing or being rescued. It is about awakening completeness that was always there but dormant, waiting for the right catalyst to bring it fully to life and consciousness. You were whole before. They were whole before. But together, something awakens. They awaken your forgotten youth. They remind you of the part of yourself that still knows how to laugh freely, to be spontaneous, to hope without calculating the risks. They bring back the spark of curiosity, the excitement of possibility, the lightness that life may have tried to weigh down. With them, you remember that you are not only your responsibilities, not only your past, not only your lessons. You are also your joy. And you awaken their hidden maturity. You help them access the wisdom they carry, but have not yet fully trusted. You show them that depth is not something to fear. You encourage them to think beyond impulse, to value patience, to understand that love is not just intensity, but intention. You do not lecture them into growth. You inspire it simply by being who you are. Somewhere between those two energies, in the space where youth meets experience and passion meets wisdom, something beautiful forms that neither of you could create alone. It is a balance. It is a dance. It is a quiet knowing that this bond is not accidental. Do not reduce this to numbers. Do not reduce it to fear. Look at the feeling. Look at the depth. They see your inner beauty, the kind that does not wrinkle or fade, the kind that grows richer with time. They are not loving you despite your age. They are loving you because of your depth. And depth is timeless. So do not give up on this feeling just because it challenges what you thought love should be. Sometimes the soul chooses what the mind does not understand. Sometimes love arrives in a form you did not expect. And sometimes the person who seems younger carries the courage to love you in a way others were too afraid to. They are madly in love with you, not for your age, not for your image, but for your soul. And that kind of love is rare, steady, and worth honoring.